Welcome one, welcome all back to the Hickory Chaz YouTube channel. Thanks for being here. We've got a good one today at a course that may be a little under the radar. It's called Quail Brook Golf Course. Playing the blue tees today. Did not have the right angle there to get the shot tracer, but you'll see in a second it was fairly good. This is a really nice, fun, casual day of golf. Had a great foursome out there. Good variety of types of players, types of shots being hit. I got the purple hat on. Mad Martha's ice cream repping, if you've ever been. Starting off with a nice kind of simple par 5. This is my third shot. I really like this golf course. It's fairly straightforward, yet visually really appealing to my eye, at least, and others who I've brought here as well. I tend to like this golf course. Pretty good deal on price. Highly recommend if you're in the area.
But it looks good looking down on it. Looks a little skinny, but
we're pontificating a bit about this 100-year-old 2-iron that I have. I felt like I was swinging the club well today. Just fairly good tempo. I continue that through most of the round. I just think some of these green complexes are framed very nicely. The bunkering is good. The sand, the little things. The sand is bright. It's nice looking. And yeah, it frames the greens well. Pretty bad chip. I've been working hard on the chipping. It's difficult with a wedge of sorts, the niblick. This was actually pretty surprising, this putt. Jars it for the nice saving par there. Pretty cool. Shrug my shoulders and on to the next. But yeah, really good public course. Back to the course for a second, just because I do really like this track. I'll point out some of my favorite holes along the way. This is a good one, short par 4, another nice green complex. I hit an awesome shot here, what I thought, but just flew over the green. I think it actually landed on the green and just kind of touched over. Delicate little chip. Gotta say, had the hands of an angel there, even to get that about 5 or 6 feet by the hole. I maybe could have considered putting that, but the rough around the greens, it was very lush. It had rained probably a day or two before. And I make a really nice save there, actually, for the par. So 2 up and downs early. Get the momentum going, keep the momentum going. This was a great shot. Just a smooth, kind of buttery swing. Maybe about 15 feet. On a bit of a sideways peanut-shaped hole. Shaped green, I should say. Not even close on that putt. I stepped behind it to reevaluate. Not even close. Step right up. Pop her in. I'm currently sitting in a Santander cafe. It's like half a bank, half a cafe in a little study room. Very pleasant if you do find yourself around one of these. I feel like maybe Capital One partners with Pete's Coffee for similar types of cafe bank hybrids. This is a pleasant one. I know you can't see it, but you'll have to take my word for it. Nice swing, just kind of pushed it a little off to the right. The group today was very encouraging with the wooden clubs. Not just kind of like, wow, that's so cool, but actually encouraging, like, that's interesting that you play with them, and kind of ushered me to continue, which I have been doing. Another nice par save. So we got it rolling early, even par, with a par 5 here on the 6th hole. Push her a little right, but not in a terrible spot. Not really out of position on this hole. You can kind of recover from it anywhere. Always got to capture the nature when you can. This course has a lot of deer on it. A lot of little chipmunks and squirrels. So I always like that. Little fescue here. Had way too far to go for it. Sometimes I can go for it if I hit a really good drive with the brassy, but not today. I think something strategically with Hickory golf, and I've talked about this before, but I think it just rings true even with the modern clubs, is playing conservative, playing safe, quote unquote, doesn't necessarily mean you're playing for a higher score. It's more so playing for the right position on the hole. Like, for example, this wedge shot, this niblick I just hit, I stiffed it to 2 feet, made a nice birdie. But it's more about, like, I had a really good I knew I was going to have a really good angle into this pin after hitting that second shot. And it's just about thinking your way around the golf course a little bit more rather than just taking your longest club that you can hit. And I think Hickory has taught me that a little bit more. I used to maybe be a little bit more grip it and rip it. Now there's maybe a little more strategy behind the way that I play the game, both with the Hickory clubs and the modern equipment now too, which it's just been a huge help kind of mentally to know that you don't need to go for every shot. You don't need to hit driver off every hole. Just put yourself in the right position to score, and sometimes it just happens. This was a little bit of a loose swing. Left it in a really beautiful bunker short. Look at this coming up here. Very cool sand feature in front of this green. Makes the approach tricky, but visually really stunning. And if you know me, which maybe you have started to get to know me a little more, I'm a sucker for a nice green complex. Off the tee, like, give me a little room to hit it kind of wherever I want. Let the challenge be around the green complex and approaching the green. I just think if there's interest there, oh, you see that? It was like a mini golf. But I just appreciate, interest more so around the green, thinking your way around second, third shots and tee shots on par 3s like this one. This pin was tucked in the back of the green, and I just kind of flushed it over and hit an unbelievable bunker shot. Bunker shots, as you may know from what I've said in the past, are probably the toughest part of the Hickory game. For me, at least, the soles on these clubs, there is no real sole. There's no bounce. So you have to be very weary about your contact point in the sand. And that one, I just kind of did it to perfection. So we're even par through 8 holes, kind of striping it. When I'm swinging well with the Hickory clubs, it's pretty much always due to having good tempo and swinging smooth. Pretty much every single time. It allows my timing to get better. It allows me not to be scared of certain shots like this one when my swing sequencing is all together. Makes the game more fun, I think. And you feel better when you just really kind of swing very deliberately and fluid and flush it. Just roll the birdie putt past here on 9, but a really good even par front 9, par 36. So shot 36 on the front, as you'll see here in a moment as we walk down the tunnel to the back 9. Cool little feature. But bogey, a birdie, we mixed it up, a couple up and downs, played within myself, which is all you can really ask for out on the golf course. I'll tell you what, I absolutely love the umbrella play. It, by the way, was not raining whatsoever, had pretty much zero chance of rain, but I like the umbrella play for the sun. And I think that was what they were doing. It was pretty hot out. Or it got hot. Almost shanked that tee ball. Got a little lucky that it stayed in bounds and hit this about 30 yards over the green. Now, I will say I'm a tiny bit embarrassed about my outfit today, just given that I'm wearing kind of like a t-shirt, and the shorts I don't mind, but the t-shirt is a little bit of an embarrassing look. Now, it's comfortable. I think I literally did not have a single clean golf shirt, but that still is barely an excuse. So, yes, I do feel a little embarrassed. With the weak mashie here, pured it, just kind of funneled off the front right, false front, if you will. But a nice lag and a fairly nice cleanup for the par. So we're one over going to the 12th hole. This back 9, so the front 9, as you could see, was fairly flat, fairly straightforward, kind of parallel holes back and forth, weaving your way a bit through some pines, but this back 9 is a lot more dynamic, and I'm a huge fan of the back 9, even if it is a little bit more of a grind to walk. Perfect timing, as you can see me with carrying the bag. But yeah, the back 9 has a lot more interest, elevation-wise, visual-wise. There's a couple blind tee balls out there, or more blind, and yeah, just a cool back 9 in general.
Oh, it's gotta go. It's gotta go so hard. Oh my.
Left myself in a horrendous spot here. Short-sided. This green runs completely away from me. Had to try and do something, and kind of came off low and not spinny, so it rolled to the back edge. Really loving this purple hat. Adding a little color to the game, never a bad thing. Trying to mix it up. Salvage a bogey. So we're at 2 over at this point. Riding the bogey struggle bus a little bit. Hit this one really solid, just a tiny bit right of the target. Not in a bad spot. I had someone comment recently, totally valid comment, asking why I don't, sometimes in the videos I'm not walking and throwing the bag over the shoulder like I am in this video today. And I'm a huge walk guy. Really appreciate a nice serene walk on the golf course. Sometimes it's tough with the camera setup that I have, and I actually just bought a push cart that I'm hoping I can rig up the camera to it, and still be able to walk and not feel like I want to take a cart, which I hate doing. Sometimes it's okay if the back isn't feeling 100% right, but generally I prefer walking unless it's like 100 degrees, which it was not on this day. Look at this going Euro with the hat off. Helped, I guess. Nice stinger right down the middle. And unfortunately, I didn't capture this second shot. And left it short right of the green, as it says here. A little short-sided, but I hit a pretty good chip here. But going back to the walking thing, I hope I can get that set up soon so that I can do more walking, and you just feel like you're more one with the course and you're getting some exercise. You're chatting it up more with your playing partners also. That's a big thing. I like chatting with people out there, if you couldn't tell from my tone and how much I speak during these commentaries. Little cavalier with that tap in. Thank God I made it. Very pretty par 3. Slightly uphill, bunker protecting the front left. Just a smooth, solid, weak mashie right at the pin. A touch long, but take that every single day of the week and the 8th day of the week. I'll let this one play here. Boom. A real downhill slider, as someone mentioned in the video there. Maybe it was me, I forget. That was an awesome putt. Really great birdie to kind of right the ship a little bit. So I'm back to 2 over par. And like the title of the video says, I think this is a very realistic round of golf for, I think at this point I'm like a 1 handicap index with modern clubs, but I think it's a great representation of like a good solid scratch golf round with Hickory clubs. It's not perfect. I'm not way under par. Sometimes you catch fire and you shoot under par, but this is kind of like an everyday round from, I think the course is playing about 6,100 yards, 6,100 yards. Really happy with this chip as I make a random comment. Go up and tap that in with the niblick, why don't you? But yeah, I think this is about right for kind of like a good solid round if I'm hitting it pretty good. Not making a ton of birdies. I've made 2 opportunities, maybe more than that. But overall, I think this is like the perfect interpretation of that. As I probably hit my best drive of the day, I will, and frankly, kind of make a little bit of a mess of this hole. I'll take a moment to just say thanks for watching these videos. They are still fun to make. And if you all keep watching them, I will certainly keep making them, and appreciate in advance any, liking, commenting, subscribing. I try to respond to every single comment on these videos because you're taking time out of your day to do it. And I appreciate the insights, the questions. And yeah, it's cool to see the engagement. So appreciate you all for subscribing already. And if you're new, would love to have you as a subscriber. I don't know if that's like the right terminology. Yeah, I made a mess of this hole as you saw. So a sloppy bogey from like 180 in the middle of the fairway on a par 5 for my second shot. I was disgusted. This is a really tough finishing hole. Par 4, not super long, just angle-wise really tough. And I actually hit a pretty good drive and left myself in a good position for the second. This is a beautiful day out today.
What the hell?
Excuse my French there. I think at the end of the day, I just hit it so pure. I was a little upset with the result. It felt like it wasn't my fault, as most golfers can probably relate to. It was the club's fault or something, some external factor. But I thought I made a great swing there. Was looking for a good finish. Ended up making kind of a sloppy bogey here. And card, a really solid 76. Great group. Had a lot of fun. Beautiful day. You can see the sky is certainly turning blue. And yeah, we had a great time out there. So I implore all of you to have fun out there as well. And we'll try to do the same. Thanks for watching.